Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Simply Deep, where the conversations are both refreshingly simple and deeply meaningful. This is episode 2. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. If this is not your first time tuning in, then welcome back. I'm your host, Peter Panos,
And I am Ralph Habr.
and this is Simply Deep.
Welcome.
I know it's been a little bit of a break since episode 1. We had some things that we had to work on for the podcast and some behind the scenes things, but we're back.
Officially.
It feels so good. And what better thing to talk about than friendships?
Yes, the most important thing.
So today we're going to be talking about navigating friendships, the good, the bad, and everything in between. So to start, what is a friendship to you?
Friendship to me, more or less, is loyalty, trust. I think that's the most important things to me in a friendship. Especially nowadays. There's a lot of things that you can't trust people. And it's a big factor. Because we do come across a lot of people.
That's true.
We don't know who to differentiate between who's like the good friends, the trustworthy friends, the loyal ones, who aren't out to get us, something like that. What about you?
I don't know. I think what makes a good friend is definitely, like you said, trustworthy, loyalty. But I think that the same with being in a relationship, I feel like what makes a good friend is somebody that you can be yourself around and you don't really feel judged and you can kind of just be yourself and be like a dork and not really worry about having to like put on a facade like
You
we
can
do
be
on social
yourself.
media. Yeah, exactly. Because there's like we're gonna get into it, but there's like different kinds of friends, and I feel like with real friends, you should just be able to be yourself, and they should love you for that, and you should
Be
love
your
them for that.
authentic self.
Exactly. Which brings us into the difference in friendships, which I'm really excited to kind of get into because I feel like there's so many different kinds of friendships. I feel like people just say that there's good friendships and bad friendships, but I feel like there's so many in between.
A lot.
Yeah, and I feel like obviously a good friend is somebody who, like we said, is loyal and trustworthy. You could be yourself around.
You can call whenever,
Right,
on the drop of a dime.
right. But what about who says the drop of a dime?
Me.
What does that even mean?
You can call anyone. You have to think twice of calling. You can just call them and you know they're going to pick up.
But
You
why?
always have that one friend you can call right away.
But why is it the drop of a dime?
Because it's just an old saying.
Like how people say the early worm gets the bird.
Uh-huh. No, the
That's what it is.
something like that. What is it?
The early worm gets the bird.
Early bird gets the worm. Am I
Wouldn't it be
the foreign one?
Wouldn't it be the worm gets?
It's the early bird gets the worm.
Oh, because the bird eats the worm.
Yes.
But why was the worm just waiting to be eaten?
Oh my
Anyways,
No.
that's for another day. Um, the difference between different friendships, I think, is what we were talking about before we got sidetracked about ducks
Always.
or birds. Was it birds, ducks? Do ducks eat
Birds.
worms?
Yes.
They do.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever seen a duck eat a worm, or you're
Well,
just
yeah,
saying
when
that?
it starts raining out, what do you think the ducks do? They're just huddling around being
I've never seen a
cute.
duck in the rain. Don't they leave when it rains? Or is that snow? That's snow. That's snow. Never
That's
mind.
snow.
Never mind.
Winter.
Well, we're not duckologists, so we don't know. But what we do know is the difference between friendships. And I think this is really interesting because there's different tiers to like friendships. And obviously you have your good friends, like we said, but then there's social friends.
Yeah.
What to you makes a social friend? To me, it's people that you hang out with and go out with to like social events and like parties and events and clubs, and
Are
you're
those
just
people you don't invite to your house?
exactly, they're people that you have fun when you're out with and you're excited to see them there, but you're not like talking to them every day.
You're not close enough with them to invite them over.
Yeah, would
Okay.
you say that that's like a social friend? But that's not a
Absolutely.
bad friend.
No, it's not a bad friend, but you just me and you know each other based off of, for example, social media, friends of a friend. We don't have each other's personal numbers. You are that social friend.
But people get it mixed up, and then they get like upset for no reason. And because I have a lot of friends that are like, oh, I saw so and so out, and when we were out, we had a great time, and then I didn't really hear from her again until like we were out again. And I'm like, well, that's because you're just social friends. You're not like
You're
friends.
not personal friends.
Yeah, and then people get upset because they feel like that friend isn't being a good friend. I was like, but they're being a good friend. They're being a good. Did you have fun with them when you're out? Yeah, so they were being a good social friend, but they're not necessarily a
But they
good
drew that line
friend.
with
Yeah,
you at that event.
right,
Outside that event, you guys are not friends.
right.
Sorry.
But do you see that happening when people are like in that same
Oh,
mindset?
absolutely. We have friends, we have acquaintances that you and I go out with, our
Yeah.
friends and all that fun stuff.
Hmm.
We don't see them, we don't have them over, we don't hang out with them, we don't reach out to them.
It's like you don't text either.
No.
You know what I mean? You just text when you're going out, or you just
You are
happen
the
to see each
social
other out.
media friend.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's not that weird though. You can't be
It's not weird,
best
it's
friends
just
with everybody, and I've
no.
learned that. But you literally can't be best friends with everybody.
Especially in our community, you learn it the
Mm-mm.
hard way that you can't be friends with everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like there's also, you know, like we were saying before, there's like transactional friendships and
Yeah.
business friendships where it's people that you work with and they're acquaintances, but they're not necessarily like your friends.
Oh yeah, obviously. The friends that you see out and about. And that's it.
But you can also be friends with your work friends.
To an extent.
No, you can. I think if you're sending emojis, then you're friends. You're not just work friends. You're friends that also work
But you
together.
send a lot of emojis, so I don't know
Not to
how.
everybody. I don't just send emojis to people that I don't like.
That's true. But you do send a lot of emojis.
I get really excited. I love a good emoji.
You like live in the like you live in the message.
I love my go-tos are usually a blue heart or I love the crying laughing emoji. That's probably my favorite one.
Or is that you actually laughing? Is a better
I'm
question.
laughing in my head.
And yes, he's always laughing. It's
Yeah.
never a dull moment, I promise you. So if he
Or I'll
sends you
laugh, or I'll
laughing,
send the laughing emojis to remember to laugh later if I'm too
no, no,
busy.
no, he laughs. I promise you, he laughs right on the spot. Because I see it happening all the time. Randomly, he starts laughing, looking at his phone.
I feel like I'm very easy to entertain. It
You?
doesn't take
It's
much. I
never
feel
a
like
dull
I
moment.
just like funny people. Anything that's like funny, I'm here for. Like if you can make me laugh, you've won me over. I feel
Oh,
like I'm
well, I did
very
a
easy
good
to.
job then.
Yeah, well, you won me over with a lot of things. Your sense of humor is definitely one of them, but you won me over with a lot of
Dark sense
things.
of humor.
What?
Dark sense of humor.
I would no, I would say yeah. I appreciate a good dark sense of humor.
Good.
I like kind
That's
of
what we
like
want.
I like things that are kind of like oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that, but it's funny. You know?
Yeah, because I can say it, or I would say it, and you wouldn't.
What do you mean?
Just random, random things that I get away with saying.
Like what?
I don't know. Just nothing specific. You always tell me that, why can't we just said that? Then I'm like, well, it's me, so.
This is true. Moving on. I feel like obviously with those friends, there's also the bad friends, which are toxic friends.
The negative
And
friends.
yeah,
That's what
what
we
would you
call them.
consider like a toxic friend?
A toxic friend is someone to me who, if I can sit and hang out with you and I can constantly hear you talking about someone else, and that person comes around and I see how your entire energy and your vibe just changes on that person, you become this whole bubbly person. Oh my god, hi, I've missed you, and all that fun stuff. A, you are a toxic friend only because I know how you are prior to that person walking in the room. Now, A, I can't trust you, and B, you are no longer someone that I want to be around or need to
Yeah.
be around. Because
Or people that like talk about other people a lot and then all of a sudden you see them hanging out together.
always,
I love
like, I
that.
see them in someone else's story, I'm like, you were just talking shit.
I don't get that. I don't get the point of like talking so much shit about somebody, but then you're hanging out with them. Like
Biffles the next
not
day.
even not even biffles, but it's like you went out of your way to like trash this person, and now you're just like
Again and again.
girls' night, and you're like out together and like hanging out. Those are people I don't trust. Those are people that even as social friends, I would keep them as a distance, like at a distance,
Oh
because
no, I
it's.
will respond to your story and ask what the hell is that? And they'll say,
But
well, I was bored. I just wanted someone to
oh,
hang
I
out
hate
with.
when someone says
I
that.
love that line. Well, I was bored. I wanted to hang
You
out
were
with
so
them.
bored that the only person you could hang out with was
The
somebody you
person you
talk shit
just
about.
talked shit about less than 24 hours
I don't
prior.
understand that. But those people I feel like are emotional leeches anyways. I like we don't need people like that are like leeching off of your happiness and
Energy.
your emotions and your energy. Yeah, I feel like
We need good
that's
energy
weird.
around us.
Well, because fake friends are like they don't even realize they're sucking the life out of you until they've drained you. And then once they drain you, they move on because there's nothing else to
That's it.
drain. And those are the people that I feel like are the worst, absolute worst, like
100%.
kinds of friends. And, we always worry about what our friends are going to react with when we end the friendship with them. But were they worried about us when they were talking badly about us and not inviting us to events and things like
We
that?
don't
Like,
need to be at every event,
yeah,
but at least don't say, well, I didn't invite you because I didn't think that you'd make it. No, don't
I
make the
hate that.
decision
I
for
hate when
me.
people
Let
say I didn't
me make
invite
that
you.
decision.
Right. I hate when people say I didn't invite you because I didn't think you were going to come.
No, no, let
That's
me
not
make
your
that
decision to
decision
make.
and tell you, hey, I can't make it.
Right.
And then you can say, oh, okay, cool, awesome, I respect that. The same way we did
Hmm.
with your birthday, all the people that, like the friends that RSVP'd. Some people
Hmm.
reached out and had said,
Right.
I can't make it. I apologize. I love those people. I respect them
Yeah.
highly.
I mean, I don't like to lead people on you know, if it's an event that we're going to. I don't see the purpose in that, especially because, it's a lot of time that goes into it. And it's not even about like the money, but usually like these events like do cost a lot of money. And it's like if you're expected to be somewhere, it adds to the count, which means there's going to be more food, more drinks, like the space has to be bigger. So it's like by saying you're going to be coming and you're not coming,
Then they
you're
hype it
costing
up.
the host more money, I feel like. And I feel like that's
That's not fair to people.
no, exactly. I feel like that's wrong. I wouldn't do that. I feel like I would kind of like I would feel bad that I did that to somebody. But the good thing is that's when you don't invite them again.
Nope. You're off the list. You're
But
even gonna make it to my B list. You're just not gonna be on the list ever
are
again.
you like a one time? Like if somebody
That's it.
says they're coming and they're not coming, you don't invite them again?
Nope. Not inviting you again. Sorry.
Ugh, am I too nice? It depends. I'll probably
That's
give
where
people
you
like
come
two
in. You are the
chances.
nice one for sure.
I'll probably give people, well, you're the villain, so
No,
it's what you say.
I try to be.
You do it well.
There you go.
I don't know. I feel like
You have a
people
big
can.
heart, and that's what I love about you. But
Thank you.
I think this is where you and I have like a good balance where we know where to pick which friends to invite, to
Right.
have over, to not have over, who we let in our home. That's where we can differentiate the difference between
Mm.
you and I when it comes to friendship.
Well, I think that's important too, is making time. Like we were saying, like the importance of making time for friends and being present in their lives. I feel like that's reserved for like your actual friends. Like, you know, there's so much effort that goes into friendships. And I feel like if you are just, you can't be like that with everybody. You can't be invested in everybody's lives, like what they're doing, how they're feeling, their
No, by the end
mental
of the day, you'll
state,
be
their
drained.
emotional state. Yeah. So that's why I feel like you have to make time for your friends, but it has to be your real friends. You can't make time for everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like that's just not realistic.
It's good to have friends like that. It's a good balance to have, especially the friends that you know if you cancel on them, they're
Mm,
not mad at you, they don't hate you, they're not resentful,
right.
they're not like throwing in your face a week
Hmm.
later. Well, I haven't hung out with you since.
Right.
Okay, well, we've been busy.
Well, speaking of being busy, that also ties into when friends like don't invite you out, but they always suggest that you should hang out. I hate that.
I love those friends because you know what? I'm gonna make plans. I'm definitely not gonna invite you out. That's it.
Yeah, but it's so frustrating, like to be associated with that dynamic because, like, I hate like you have we have each other's phone numbers. If you really want to hang out, you could text me. So what's the point, or call me? Like, what's the point of going out of your way to be like, oh, we should hang out soon? We never hang out. Well, you don't invite me, so
Well,
why
let
would
me
we hang
ask
out?
you this: if you made plans with someone and you cancel, and something happened and you had to cancel,
Hmm.
do you make an attempt to make more plans again, or do you wait on the other person, or do you expect the other person to make? For me,
Hmm.
it's
Well, it depends.
for me if the person who cancels should be the person who makes the attempt to make the plans again.
I was just gonna
But
say
what
that. Yeah,
bothers
if
me,
I was the one that canceled last minute, then I would
you'll find
expect
a
for
way.
me to make the plans next time. If
Oh,
the
of
other
course.
person cancels last minute, then I expect them to. I shouldn't have to reach out again.
But then you see them out and about, and like, okay, well, weren't we supposed to hang out? Like, I'm confused. Did I
Oh, you
miss?
mean when people like say you should hang out, but then they don't ask you, but they're going out anyways?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that is weird. I don't like that.
no, at all.
But why do you think that people do that? Like, is it just something like why do we? It's kind of our fault too. Like as people, like why do we say to each other we should hang out if we don't actually want to hang out? Is it because it's expected and like
It's
we just think we
expected. I
should?
think it's something that people want to hear, and
But why though?
us. Hmm?
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I just feel like people are always like when you say, "Oh, I hope to see you soon," and when you're leaving an event or you're leaving
Mm,
a group of friends or
right.
something, let me see you soon, please. Let's hang out. Let's catch up. You know damn well you're not gonna catch up.
But do you feel like those are normal expectations? Do you think that they're like unreal expectations?
I think those, to me, they're unreal expectations because I know for a fact me and you are gonna see each other. We
Right.
are not gonna text each other. We are not gonna reach out to each other.
Right, but then why do we do that? Why do we
We
say
can't
like we
help
should
it.
hang out?
It's just
That's
it's
so
a
stupid.
norm. To me it's a norm.
Mm,
It's something you say when you are leaving an
right.
event or a group setting or anything. Whether you're gonna see that person or not, it's just the reality of it.
Like, I mean, I guess that's true. And then there's also the friends that, and I want your take on this, is the friends that like won't go out without their significant others. I feel like that's kind of
Oh no,
weird.
me and you do really well with that. We
Yeah.
can go out together and we have an awesome time
Well,
together.
yeah, I love having you there because you're fun.
Obviously.
Like you're my best friend, not just my
You really are
fiance.
my best friend, Cindy.
Yeah, literally.
Um, but with me, we do well going out separately.
Hmm.
We are able to go out separately.
Right.
We don't have the mentality of like, oh my God, I can't go out without him. A, he'll get mad. B, he'll get upset.
Yeah.
C, I can't leave him by himself. D, I can't trust him. No, no. Luckily, me and you are blessed to be in each other's lives and have all these factors and not have to worry about anything. We are amazing together, but we are also great apart from each other.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I agree. I think it's so funny when friends can't go out without their significant other.
Like we don't want him there.
Like we'll ask each other, "Do you want to come?" And if you say, "No, I kind of want to stay in, or I don't really want to go out," like then we just go out. I'm not like we don't say it like, "Well, I'm not going out, so you shouldn't be going out," and
Oh
and
no.
that's how some couples are that with their friends.
Why?
I don't know, but that's the reality. We have friends
We
that
have friends that do that.
they won't
Why? I
go
would
out
never
without.
understand that.
Yeah, but I don't understand that. But they won't go out without their significant other.
No.
And then if they do, they feel really bad about it, and then it's like they hold it against them, and that I
They
don't
talk about it
like.
the whole night.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like, why? Nobody cares. He's
I don't
fine at
know.
home. He'll be fine.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's definitely like an insecurity thing. I
I
think.
think it's a mistrust also too. You don't trust. If you're in a relationship with people that, like you can't trust, and this is
Hmm.
where friends go in. If you are in a group setting, all the friends that you have, obviously you trust them enough to bring him around
Right.
or bring her around, whatever the case may be. But you also have to factor in if they're not around, your significant other isn't around, you're still gonna be fine. They're gonna survive staying at
Right.
home. The same way with you and I. You know how to stay busy by yourself. I know how to stay busy by myself. I
I'm
don't get
so easily
upset.
occupied. It's
Well, yeah. We know when you go out with your friends, I'm
yeah.
not at home like, well, why did he leave me at home? He's so mean.
Right.
No,
It's
go
one thing if
have
you just don't
fun.
ask and then you just go out. Like
No,
I
go
still
have
wouldn't be
fun. Do your
mad, but I would be
thing.
kind of like, well, why didn't you ask me? I would have gone.
Well, yeah, we always ask each other though.
Right.
Thank God.
But I don't know. Why do you think that like people do that though? Like why do you think that? Because sometimes I feel like people do use that as a crutch and just not hang out. Like their significant other isn't going out, so they use that as an excuse to also not go out.
I think it's the stupidest thing.
Yeah.
I think
Then it
from
makes your partner look bad.
A, it looks your partner look bad. B, you are giving your friends a reason to think you're insecure in your relationship
Hmm.
rather than being secured with the person that you have.
Right.
And at the end of the day, he's if that person is they leave you at home by yourself
Right.
and they go out with their friends. Why can't you do it?
Mm.
Oh no no, I feel bad. Well, he can do it. It's fine. Or there's a group of friends that we have. Well, she goes out with her friends. Okay, so why can't you go out?
Right. Right. Right.
Oh no, I feel bad. Okay, well, she does it.
Well,
What's
there's
the
that, and then there's
difference?
the people that will lie about going out to their significant others because they don't want them to go out. And then they're like, oh, well, if they know that I'm going out with my friends, then I can't really make a big deal about them going out with their friends. So, like, I'm going to pretend that I'm not going out with my friends.
Exactly.
But then I'm like, well,
Why lie?
aren't they probably doing the same thing?
They are. We always find out that they are, and then once they're called out about it, because I can't help myself and call them out,
Yeah.
they're like, oh well, no, that's not the case, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll give you an explanation. But those friends are the friends that I will not bother to ask you to go out again and again and again. If I ask you once, twice, that's it. I'm done.
Well, I think that's so interesting, and we definitely want to hear your take on it. So definitely let us know, DM us, let us know what you think makes a social friend, what makes a real friend,
A good
what
friend.
makes a not good friend, because we want you guys to be part of the conversation as well. So DM us at Peter X Panos and at Ralph underscore EH and let us know. We want you guys to be part of the conversations too.
Can't wait to hear from you guys.
And that's episode 2, you guys. How exciting.
We'll see you guys soon. We'll see you guys soon.
I mean, maybe you'll hear them soon. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Hopefully, good
With all
things.
the DMs that we got.
Yeah, your DMs are a little different than mine. But
The shade.
mine is just people wanting like tea on the Real Housewives that I'll never spill because I'm loyal. Yours is like, yes, daddy, you look so
Oh
hot
my
in your
god.
Instagram story. Mine is like, is this person really friends with this person? And did these two people really hate each other? And I'm like, I'll never tell because I'm loyal.
Loyalty. It's
The one
everything.
thing about me, bitch, is I'm loyal.
That's true.
But yeah, so don't DM me for Real Housewives tea because you're not getting it.
At all.
Ever.
And don't ask me to ask him either.
Yeah,
Never works.
this is true. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on TikTok, on Instagram. We love you guys. Like I said, we'd love for you to be a part of the conversation, and you make it so much better.
We can't wait till next time.
We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Again, this is Simply Deep, where the conversations are refreshingly simple and deeply meaningful.